Hello everyone, in this video, I will be sharing the momentum stocks which are listed in the New York Stock Exchange. In contrast to Nasdaq, which mostly consists of technology stocks, there are many value or cyclical stocks listed in NYSE. These are some of the sectors listed in NYSE: materials, industrials, consumer discretionary, healthcare, financials, information technology, communication services, and real estate. Can you guess which sector is the current strongest sector? The strongest sectors means there are many stocks between that sector which hit new high recently with a strong momentum move. This signifies the money is flowing into that sector and we could leverage on it. The answer is consumer discretionary. Here are the statistics based on my screening. Materials, 10 stocks. Industrial, 9 stocks. Consumer discretionary, 18 stocks. Consumer staple, 7 stocks. Healthcare, 11 stocks. Financial, 11 stocks. Information technology, 8 stocks. Information technology is also one of the strongest sectors, as most of these stocks are listed in Nasdaq. Thus, the IT data here is only used for reference. Communication services, 3 stocks. Utilities, 11 stocks. Real estate, 9 stocks. I will give a quick momentum analysis on the top 10 stocks in consumer discretionary sector. Then, I will list my top momentum consumer discretionary stocks picks that I am rating for the entry. I will also provide their intrinsic values as your reference. Let's have a brief overview on consumer discretionary sector. From Investopedia, consumer discretionary is a term for classifying goods and services that are considered non-essential by consumers, but desirable if their available income is sufficient to purchase them. Examples of consumer discretionary products can include durable goods, high-end apparel, entertainment, leisure activities, and automobiles. Consumer discretionary is considered as an industry that tends to be the most sensitive to economic cycles, thus it is a cyclical sector. As in, when the economy is good, people has more money and they can buy more items from consumer discretionary sector. In my last video, I did not mention my selection criteria. Let me list down the minimum criteria here. First, all the stocks are at least at the 10 years high. This is to ensure the overhead resistance is minimal for the momentum move. Second, very clear uptrend in a 1-year time frame. Both MA13 and MA26 are sloping out. Weekly candle is used to minimize my time to monitor the stocks. By the way, please also note that the fundamental is less important in this approach. As the moment the momentum fall off and it hits my stop, I will get out of the trade. Of course, as the stocks I am sharing here are in a strong uptrend, feel free to use your own method to analyze the entry or stop, if any. All the stocks shared here are versatile for all methods. Okay, let us start with the stock analysis. My first top stock pick is Skyline Champion Corporation, ticker SKY. Skyline Champion Corporation is one of the largest home builders in North America and employs approximately 7,700 employees. It has around 70 years of home building experience and 40 manufacturing facilities throughout the United States and Western Canada. Let's look on this chart. This is SKY 10 years weekly chart. So from this chart, right, we can see that the current price is near to the 10 years all-time high at $66.82. So there is no overhead resistance from here. There is a lot of room for it to go higher and higher. Next, let us look on the 1-year chart. From the 1-year chart, we can see that the uptrend is very clear. Going out, then retracement, going out, retracement, going out again, retracement. Touch the MA26, then going out, retracement again, and going out until now it suffers a minor retracement at this moment. So from here, we can also see that during the retracement period, like for example here, the volume actually is decreasing. There are 2 weekly retracement candles, but we can see that the volume is actually decreasing. This is actually a healthy signal that the momentum is still there. My entry will be the all-time high here, 66.82. So if we look on the history of this chart, right, the moment it breaks the all-time high, normally there will be a short-term outward move. Okay, here, after it breaks here, it going out all the way here, then retracement. After it breaks the previous all-time high again, then it going up. This is another point. Then after it break, it go higher. So this is the skyline that I'm going to enter if there's a chance for it. The intrinsic value for this stock is $60.56. So the current price is slightly undervalued, but it's around there. Just take note that for momentum trade, right, intrinsic value does not play important part. But if for the investing or the longer term, intrinsic value is much more important. Okay, next stock is Yeti, YETI. For this stock, right, it's also hit an all-time high here, $105 here. If we look on the 1 year time frame, it's also in a very nice and clear uptrend. For this stock, I will be waiting for the all-time high at around $100 here. If it break, it gives me a signal to go in. Okay, for the stop loss or the momentum trade, right, it will be the swing low for the recent retracement. So will be around here. Next stock, DECK, Deckers. This is also a very strong momentum move stock. So from here, right, after it break the all-time high here, it going out all the way. And after the COVID crash in 2020, we can also see that the moment it break the previous high, then the momentum pushes higher, higher and higher. Okay, so let's look on the 1 year time frame. It's also a very nice upward movement. Okay, now it's in a retracement mode. For this stock, right, because it's already raised for quite a while, my entry will be at $427. Okay, next is Nike. So Nike is more like a reversal play recently. Okay, but if you look on the 10-year chart, it also had a very strong momentum move all the way since 10 years ago. So similarly, it also has a very strong move after it break the all-time high after the COVID crash here. Okay, the momentum move basically pushes higher, then it was resting during this period. Then after it break the all-time high again, there's a short-term momentum move here, and now it's in the resting mode. For this stock, right, because there are quite a number of the red candle already, so let's say that if I want to enter, I will have to wait until around $168. Next stock will be DPZ, Domino Pizzas. For the 10-year chart, it's a very clear uptrend and it just hit an all-time high at $550 here. Okay, if you look on the 1 year chart, it's also in a strong move recently. Okay, after it break the high here, okay, this candle, we can see that then the momentum push it higher. Okay, now it's in a resting mode. Just for information, most of the stock that I'm sharing, right, most likely they are in the retracement mode. Then we shall wait until it shows some upward movement or momentum move, then we can just buy it. For example, we can wait for the rebound signal here, or we can wait until it break the all-time high here. Next stock is Yum. Okay, if you look on the 10 years chart, it also recently hit an all-time high here. And although there's a very strong move since year 2016 all the way here, right? Then it crashed, then it took a much longer time compared to the other stocks to recover. But the moment it break the high here, we can see the short-term momentum move pushes higher and now in a resting mode as well. Okay, next stock is SCI. It also has a very nice pattern since 10 years ago. It's going out all the way. Okay, then retrace, going out, retrace. Okay, now it just also hit an all-time high here at $65.74. If you look on the 1 year chart, yeah, so recently, after it break the high here, it pushing out. By the way, there's another point that we need to take note of. If the distance between the candle and the moving average is too huge, it also prone to a correction. But we can see that the moving average are also start to catching this out. So after this resting, we can see the volume is also decreasing, right? So this is quite a healthy signal. So we shall just wait until it can, let's say, it cover this bearish candle of $64. Next stock is Target. So Target is my second top pick that I'm going to enter if we hit my entry point. So first, if we look on the 10 years chart, it also has a very nice momentum move. So it consolidated quite a while from here, right? So the moment it break, right, we can see that the stock is moving higher, okay? And now is in a retracement mode. Target is a general merchandise retailer with stores in all 50 US states. This is the statistic for Target. Target has almost 2,000 stores in the US with 46 distribution centers. By the way, Costco is still my favorite stock pick for investing. For Target, as it now shows a strong momentum move, it will be in my watch list for the momentum trade portfolio. Okay, because there are 3 strong bearish candles here, 1, 2, 3, I would prefer to see at least it cover half of it. So if it can, first I need it to bounce back to MA 13, then I shall decide my entry probably at around $250, then I could enter it. Next stock is BOOT, B-O-O-T. Okay, so it has been a consolidated period for a while. The moment it break the high, okay, here, yeah, shorter momentum, but then it boom again during the COVID crash. But the moment it break this high again, the momentum keep pushing it higher and higher. But you see, I do not like this kind of candles. It's like clustering each other. Okay, it's quite ugly. So let's say if you look on the 1 year chart, okay, it looks better now. But still, it's like hogging all along the trend line. Okay, normally I would prefer a much clearer uptrend pattern for a stock. The last stock that I'm going to share is CVNA. So you may notice that almost all the consumer discretionary stores have a similar pattern because they are at the same sector, and sometimes the stock in the sector will move together. Okay, just like normally most of the stock will move with the index as well. So this is also hit a all-time high here. Let's see the 1 year chart. Okay, the chart does not look very well, but we can see that this provides us a good opportunity. This is the previous high, okay? It just break it, okay? Now it's in a retracement mode. So remember, sometimes when a stock break a key resistance, we are going up, then retest the support again. Make sure we can draw a support line here. Okay, it's just nice, okay? And now seems the moving average 13 is a nice support here. So we shall see if it can rebound successfully. It should be able to cover at least 2 candles, 1 and 2 here. So if it can close above $341, it signifies a potential entry point for this stock. By the way, to have a complete picture on the consumer discretionary sector, I also did a quick screening on Nasdaq to identify the momentum stocks over there. There are 5, but only ORLY attracts my attention. ORLY has also a very nice trend as showing here, and recently is in a retracement mode as well. If we look on the 1 year chart, so this is what I said just now. If the distance between the candle and moving average is huge, normally it prompts to a correction. So the similar pattern can be observed at this moment. Okay, here you've seen there's a distance between the candle and moving average. Now it's in a retracement. It managed to close above MA 13 again. So I would like to see if it can close above this signal at least $600, and it will signify a strong rebound signal for this stock. Okay, these are the summary of the 10 top momentum stocks in consumer discretionary sectors. My top pick is SKY and TGT. Let's look on my momentum portfolio. CG. My entry was $49 and $87, right? And last week it had a bad day lah. Okay, so now it's went down. However, I will just leave it there because it had not hit my stop loss yes, and it's still above MA 13. So overall, the stock is still looks okay to me. In addition, we can see that this retracement period, right, the volume is actually decreasing. Okay, so I will be more patiently to wait for this stock. Let's see if we can hit my first target of $54. Okay, these are all for my video today. Next week, I shall go back to investing series. I'm going to share the best stock that I think everyone should invest in. Even you are a new investor that has no experience at all. This is the best stock that I'm thinking that is a lower risk, but it could bring us a very high potential return. Okay, see you in the next video.